Instead of the usual weekly faves post, this week I'm going to try something a little bit different. It's a totally original idea that I don't think has ever been done on the internet before, where you ask some questions and I answer them. So being the first of these little episodes, I don't have any questions lined up from anyone, so I'm just going to run through some frequently asked questions, that sort of things I always get asked on by email or on the Twitter. So here we go. Okay, so the first question is one I'm asked quite often by probably by students who are looking to get into the industry, and that is, how did I get started in the world of design, or the design industry? Well, I've actually always been sort of a creative type, even as a child. I was always like building models out of old cardboard boxes and painting and colouring in and all that sort of thing. I can remember winning first place at the colouring competition while on holiday, so that was probably the start of it all. So throughout school and everything, I always followed the art and design paths, and I think it was quite a young age when I discovered the career of graphic designer, and that was like, you know, I thought of it as designing posters, designing book covers, things like that. So yeah, I followed the artistic topics throughout school. I actually failed. My favourite lesson, strongest lesson, was design and tech, and I actually failed that in my GCSEs. But the lecturer let me carry on onto the A-level course. So I did that after school, went on to do A-levels at sixth form, and then I followed that on to college and did an HND in multimedia design, which covered all sorts of things like graphic design, print design, web design, and also some 3D stuff and a little bit of video editing, which obviously come in handy. And then after that I did a degree course which topped up to what's it called? BA with honours in art and design. And then after that I managed to land the first job, full-time job I applied for. I managed to land it. That was at a small studio in Sheffield. I stayed there for a couple of years doing a mixture of web design and print design, and then I decided to go out on my own. So and that's when I started my freelance career. So that's how I get started. So the next question is, how do I create the subtle textures that I use in my website designs? I suppose the best way to answer that is to show you. In Photoshop, if you create your web design document, fill it with whatever background colour you want, and then you go to filter, noise and add noise. What you do is you just turn the amount down to a really low amount, like 2 or 3%. Make sure you've got the monochromatic option checked, and that's basically it. So then if you draw a square selection over it, and export that, that'll act as like a repeating swatch. So when you set that in your CSS as a background image, it'll just repeat by default, and that's how the little texture's created. What is my favourite movie? That would have to be... there's quite a few. It's a tie between Top Gun, or quite a fan of the Batman, the new Christopher Nolan Batman films, Batman Begins and obviously The Dark Knight. So another commonly asked question is what equipment do I use for my design work? I suppose the best way to describe that is to actually show you. So step into my office. Right, so this is my my little office setup. We've got MacBook Pro, which is the basic model, but I did upgrade the RAM. I think it's 4 gig of RAM in there now. The unibody version. Also got the 24-inch LED cinema display, which is really nice. It's great to have the MacBook and the cinema running side by side as a dual screen display setup. Obviously that plugs in via one cable which branches into the charger and the display port and the USB. That stand is a Griffin elevator. That's another popular question. Apple keyboard. I've got the new, well not new because there's an Intuos 4 now, but this is an Intuos 3 that I managed to get off eBay. I used to have this, a Bamboo Fun, which is a great tablet for you know, to test the waters, because they are quite expensive. Hard drive for backups, that's powered by Time Machine. Printer, which gets used every now and again. iPhone dock, which I play all my music through. Calendar with all my post dates, letting me know when I need to write all my blog topics for. Calculator, random bits of paper. Fuel in the form of sweeties and drink. And that's about it. Oh, and not to forget the dog's toy. If you were a superhero, which superhero would you be? I'm not sure if you're classed as a superhero because I don't really have any superpowers, but I've always been a Batman fan, so I think I'd quite fancy myself as a Bruce Wayne. Cool to make all those gizmos and have all the money to spend to develop some awesome weapons. I'm not sure if I could do the old screamo thrasher voice there. Hey Batman! So I know there are quite a few people who were quite fans of the old weekly faves roundup, where I posted my favourite articles and tutorials that I'd come across. So here's the news section. So first link for this week is a post from Vector Toots. It's like a roundup post of a range of different logo designs, which you know, make use of like for the full spectrum, colour spectrum. My Vivid Ways logo has made it in there, and there's plenty of others which have really bright and vibrant colours. So definitely worth checking that out if you're into your logo designs or any sort of vector graphics. So a lot of colourful inspiration there. Next up, a bit of news on my personal blog, chrisspooner.com. It's where I post a load of like random videos of like general life, not much design stuff, but I might start posting a few more things on there, more design related. But I've been redesigning that over the last few weeks, and I've actually been documenting it in tutorials over on Line 25. So if you want to see the process of the creation in Photoshop and then it all being sliced up and coded into HTML, CSS, and the one that's going live on Monday is the walkthrough of porting it all into a WordPress theme. If you're into web design, have a look at those. Hopefully it'll help people out. So I list out the HTML and CSS coding with a load of annotations, which I think a lot of people find useful. Yeah, check that out and keep an eye out for the new theme going live on chrisspooner.com. So my question for you this week is, well, basically, what do you think to this little video show? Obviously this is episode 1, so we'll see how it goes in the future. I think the general idea is that I answer questions that, whatever questions you put forward to me, whether they're design related, anything to do with self-employment, I don't know, tutorials, how do I create a certain effects from any of my designs, or I don't know, whatever you want. So anything personal, something about Jake the dog, something about, I don't know, anything, whatever you come up with, ask it me, and I'll hopefully be able to provide a good answer in the next episode. So that's about it. So let me know if you enjoyed this. Drop me some questions either as a comment below. As a video response, that'd be quite good. If there's anyone on YouTube who fancies adding a video response, I'll include the video in my next episode. I'll put a link to your website. So yeah, I'll see you all later.